That's the topic of discussion today. Is God real? And if you're a believer, if you grew up in the church, you've been in church your whole entire life, I know that you probably had some type of encounter with God, you know, especially if you're still going, right? And it's not just about the church. It's not about just going to church. It's really about your faith. What do you believe in? Uh, what God means to you as a person? Is God real? A lot of people want to know, is God real? Especially these days. You know, back in the day, you wouldn't doubt. You would definitely wouldn't doubt. But with all of the distractions and all of people's opinions and stuff like that, it's so easy to doubt, right? Even though we shouldn't. Now, me personally, I already know God is real. I've had too many encounters with God. I've had things happen to me to let me know that God is real. So I would never question. I would never question God or say that question to somebody like, bro, you don't even know. I wouldn't even, nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm proposing a question to y'all because I really want to know, what do you think? You know? And like I said, there's no right or wrong answers when it comes to your opinions. It's simply your opinions. Um, and I don't take your opinions lightly. I definitely appreciate everybody's feedback, whether it be one comment, two comments, 300 or 3,000 comments. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in when it comes to just me live broadcasting about any of my topics. But let's get back to the subject. Is God real? And if he is real, what showed you, right? What was the sign that showed you, that verified that God was real? You can leave that into the comment section. And by the time you leave that in the comment section, I'm about to start on my story to let you know how I knew God was real. So I had to be about 5 years old, about five. We was in New York. We was in Rochester, New York. I'll never forget. We was, church convention. And make a long story short, my sister was with my mom and I was with my dad, and I don't know where we was going, but I just know that we was in the city, and I did something crazy. I don't know why I did it. I put my hand in the crack of the door. It was an automatic door, and my finger got caught in the door, and this finger right here got caught in the door, and guys, I promise you, it broke. Like, I heard the crack and everything. I was in excruciating pain. And my dad immediately opened the door, took my finger out. He had a handkerchief. He prayed for me. I think he had a little bit of anointing oil. He prayed for me, wrapped my finger around in the handkerchief. And by the end of the day, literally my finger was healed. I could bend it and everything. At that time I couldn't bend it. It was swole. But at that time, I mean, couldn't take me to the hospital right then and there. Like, we literally just got there. And when my dad put the handkerchief around my finger, my index finger, I felt something. Like, I felt something. I don't know what it was, but I definitely felt something. And I knew then the power of God was real just because of what happened. Like, literally. And ever since then, I never took God for granted. Well, I'm not going to say that, but I knew He was real. There's been other situations other in my life that's happened, and I know if the Lord wasn't on my side, I don't know where would I be. I do know where I would be though. I would be somewhere in trouble, you know, somewhere in trouble, trying to do something that I know I wasn't supposed to be. I mean, doing, trying to be somebody I wasn't. I know that I wasn't, you know. And I apologize if y'all hear the sound. That's a cricket. Um, it's a cricket outside, so I apologize for the noise. Uh, but yeah, God has shown me that He is real on several different occasions. It's been several different occasions that he showed me that. And the most recent situation was, you know, yeah. But let's get back on subject. The reason why I asked you this question is because I'm posing this to all my believers, my Christians, uh, anybody that believes in God, anybody who has faith in God. I really be wanting to know these answers. I have an album coming out, a gospel rap album coming out the 31st of this month, and it's called Holy Smoke. And this album is definitely going to set the standards, a new set of standards for the way gospel music and gospel rap will be released from here on out. And it's not the way, I guess, well, I can't say release, but the way artists put their time and energy into the project. I've been working on it ever since the summertime. But the lyrics, right? The words that's being said are powerful. Honestly, they're almost like prayers. The songs are like prayer chants. They're like prayer chants and very catchy, very powerful, and you're gonna want to keep listening to them. It's an album that you can listen to any time of the day. It doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about the cussing or anything because there's no cussing. Now I do have the N word in there, but I'm gonna have two different versions. I'm gonna have a clean version, and then I'm gonna have the other version because it has the N word in it. So not frequently, but it definitely does have the N word in there a couple of times. And I know for sure that y'all going to like it. I know the world's going to receive it um, wholeheartedly. Now, one thing I do keep saying every time I'm on live, depending on how well it goes, I'm going to release Holy Smoke Volume 2 before the end of the year. I'm not trying to wait, and that's literally my goal. My goal has been to release a single every single week, a single, maybe two a week, until Holy Smoke comes out. All right, and that's just something I'm very serious about. I released a single this week. Excuse me. I released a single this week entitled "Where Would I Be," and that's cool. It's decent. Um, but the one that I'm about to release tonight called All of That, not all of that, but all of that too. I feel like that's a good one that people will definitely be streaming, only because it's relatable and it's catchy. Everything that I do, extremely catchy and extremely intriguing. I just try to make the best beats as possible, just so I can lure people in. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody coming in and tuning in with me. Today we just finished talking about is God real, and if you believe that He is real, give me and leave your comment below of an encounter that you had with God, and tell me how it went. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody's eyes, ears. Until next time, stay blessed, stay safe. Make sure you share, subscribe, and then until next time, guys, I'm out.